All right, welcome back to the Crypto Guys. Hey, today, guys, we want to cover something really important, and it's Metamask security. So many times, not so many times, but once in a while, we have a customer that comes to us and say, hey, I lost money, I got scammed, blah, blah, blah. And when I first started investing, I certainly had the same concerns. How do you secure MetaMask? That's an important video. Make sure to watch this entire video. And James is going to explain to us how to secure your MetaMask. So James, tell me about what do people need to know so they don't lose their money, because that's very important, and there are certain rules that people need to follow. So what are some of these rules that people need or must follow to make sure their money is safe, right? So tell us about that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Obviously, it can happen, but if you live, paranoid about it, then that's not going to help you either. So, just really some simple things you can do to make sure you're protecting your MetaMask. And here's the thing, when I was first getting into crypto, I did feel nervous all the time about protecting everything. But even for people who've been in it for a long time, it can still come back to bite them. So I'm not sure if you saw this. This was last year. NFT game founder loses $1 million to scammers. Here's how, and we'll talk a little bit about what happened to him later. But basically, he lost millions of dollars. But at the same time, as he said, wow, it wasn't that somebody hacked his account, figured out his passwords or secret phrases. It was a phishing scheme where he ended up going and giving them his stuff, right? So it's like he gave people his passwords, and he realized that was a mistake. But that happens a lot right now because people are in such a rush to get in early. Everyone wants to get in an ICO, and so sometimes that desire to hey, let me get there quick, I don't want to miss out. Then we don't think about what we're doing, and that's so important.
And can we start with something simple? Number one, never give your password. Number two, never give your seed phrase to nobody, not even your mom.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. We saw that actually what happened in our Telegram group with Metagold, where somebody had this happens in Telegram, where people will go into a Telegram group and they'll pretend they're the moderator or the developer. And that's happened where, someone's trying to pretend they're me, or someone's trying to pretend they're you. And then they go to someone and says, hey, are you getting your daily rewards? Because Metagold pays out in daily rewards. And, they're like, or if someone is like, hey, I can't find my rewards, and they'll say, oh, DM me and I'll help you. What's your seed phrase? And so we had somebody do that, and they lost what was in their wallet because they gave someone out their seed phrase.
No, don't give nobody your seed phrase, for sure. That's a rule, must rule. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's on your list, James.
Yeah, for sure. Don't give anyone your seed phrase. Rule number 2, don't give anyone your seed phrase. Well, and then just some other things as well. Don't log into your MetaMask on a shared computer. And that's, you're traveling, you're at the airport, and or you're traveling and you're at the hotel and you want to check your crypto. And so you go down to the business center, because whatever, you don't have your laptop with you and you're logging. Just don't do that. Only keep your MetaMask on your computer. In fact, many say that it's actually better to trade on your phone.
Okay. I have a different opinion about that, but
yeah, well, we'd love to hear it.
Well, I just, for me, it's very simple. I have multiple computers with my MetaMask, and the ones that have the most money, I just don't use it. See, when you open the internet, you open your computer, there is some risk. If you have a brand new computer and you only have your MetaMask on that, you have less risk. So that's how I do it. So I have multiple computers, right, with different MetaMask. And I don't carry around my seed phrase, and I would never give it to anybody. And the password's not so simple, but it's not easy for people to figure it out. So that's it, right? And then a whole bunch of other things. But I think if you use your phone every day, every time you open it, connect to the internet, click on something, doesn't that increase the risk, right? That's how I would think. I just don't like the phone. I just don't like it. I have a Trust Wallet on my phone. That's it, right? And they use face recognition to open the Trust account. That's probably the only thing that I have.
Well, when it comes down to some best practices with your MetaMask wallet, so I use the I use the Google Chrome extension, which probably many of you do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, just best practices, many of you already know this, but when you open your MetaMask wallet, don't have all these tabs open to all these different websites, because then they have access also, like they know that your wallet's open. So only have sites open.
Let's be clear about that. Like, can you open a tab just to like show them? Because I don't think a lot of people would understand what you just said, even though it's 100% accurate. So if you open a tab right now, right, and open any web page, go ahead and do that, and open whatever any page. If that page wanted to, if your wallet is open, they will have access to your like wallet. Now, if you open Google, let's say Google's not a big deal, right? Because they're not going to try to take your like money. Okay, Metagold rewards is good. So they can access your wallet. So even this page could connect your like wallet. Now you need to give it permission, right? Like it's not like they can make a transaction without your permission, but you need to keep in mind that when you open your MetaMask wallet, you should close all the tabs except the tabs that you're using. That's an important point.
Exactly. And so one of the things you can do is to sites that you come a lot, like, Metagold rewards, or if I'm coming to PancakeSwap to trade, is that you always make sure that you have the correct URL in here. In fact, what's even better is once you have the correct URL is that you bookmark it. And so that this little blue star shows up. Because what the phishing schemes will do is there might be some link like, oh, go get this free NFT, on this site, and you'll click on it, and then it'll say connect your wallet. And so what happens is you'll go to connect your wallet, right? So this is on PancakeSwap. You'll go to connect your wallet, and then it'll give you a message like, oh, there's been some security breach with your wallet. Enter your seed phrase. And then as you enter your seed phrase, they're just grabbing it and they're going to empty your wallet. And that's actually what happened to that NFT guy who lost, over $1 million, is because somebody was giving out a free NFT and he wanted to get it and he didn't think, and he was tired. And so he just clicked connect wallet, and it was like, hey, there's a problem with your wallet, and then enter your seed phrase, and he did. And then within minutes, somebody had drained his wallet. So that's why you just, had he checked that it was a legit site, then that would have made all the difference in the world. The other thing, of course, is that when you're done, whatever trade you're doing is to lock your wallet, right? Where you just come up here and you click on lock. Now, there's been several times where I forget to lock my wallet because I'm doing something or in a hurry. I want to open some other browser. And then, it's like, oh, I totally forgot. And so if you're like me, here's what you can do.
Can I make a comment though on just before you mentioned that, right? Like I've had an experience where I had to re-put my seed phrase. But one thing is, like, you should clear your cookies. You might want to uninstall your like browser and reinstall it. Before you do that, you can even clean your like computer. It's how safe do you want to be? Because if you can't log in and you have to re-put those seed phrase, that has happened to me. This is very nerve wracking because how do you know, right? Like that it's not some kind of scam. So you want to clear your cookies and all that before you're going to do that. So just want to like mention that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, even at the top of PancakeSwap, it says phishing warning. Please make sure you're visiting, this, check the URL carefully. I'm going to tell you for sure, there are phishing sites that are going to exactly look like this. PancakeSwap, but they're not PancakeSwap. And it'll probably even have this phishing warning at the top, and they'll have their new URL up here. Again, that's what happened to that NFT gamer. The site he went to, instead of the .whatever.io or exchange, whatever it was a .com, but he didn't notice it. Exactly. Yeah. It was like, can
you type PancakeSwap into the Google? Can you do that? Because sometimes that's what I will do, right? Like it won't, like if you go to Google and type in PancakeSwap, like because if they haven't bookmarked yet, right? Like you can, and then just search. Yeah. You will see it. It will show up right on the top, right? Go back to the top. It will show up right on the top, pancakeswap.finance. Make sure it's the right URL. You want to open that. So you click on that link and then you're going to bookmark it, right? You got to make sure you get the right URL before you bookmark it. That's an important point.
Exactly. And so remember, always lock your wallet when you're done your trade. And if you are like me, where sometimes you just forget to lock it, then what you can do is you can set an automatic lockout time on your wallet so that it locks out after a period of, 5 minutes. How you do that is you click on your MetaMask and you hit these three dots, not these three dots. You hit here, you go down to settings. And when you get to settings, click on advanced and then scroll down and it will show you a place right here, auto lockout timer. You can set that to 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever you want. And that way, if you forget to lock out, you will, it'll lock out for you. So the other thing that I just don't trust is that if I go to a place, even if a reputable place, and then there's a pop-up that says log into your MetaMask, it just pops up automatically. I don't trust that. It could be legit. I don't know, but I just don't trust that. But if I know it's a legitimate site and then I open my wallet myself, like I don't let a pop-up come up and then me do it. So that's just something
good
that
advice.
I do. Yeah. That's just something that I do. But again, a lot of these sites are going to do that. They're going to have it pop up, but somebody could hack that and create a pop-up and then you're logging in and they're watching they're watching you put in your password.
Right. Good advice.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, other than that, when you hear all these promotions all the time, like maybe there's an airdrop site or whatever. And again, in people's rush to want to get in early, they sometimes don't do their due diligence, but just do your homework. If there's let's say there is an airdrop and it seems like a great opportunity, then yeah, make sure you check it out first. Or another thing that's common is these lotteries, right? Or Elon Musk is giving out, Bitcoin because he wants to be generous. And here's what you have to do to get it. And there's all these comments like, oh, I just got free Bitcoin or I got free Ethereum. And it was just, you got to be. I don't
think Elon Musk is giving free Bitcoin. I don't think that's happening. Let's be clear about that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But you see that all the time, right?
You don't have to trade crypto like scared all the time, like somebody's going to just steal your stuff. But you be smart about it and use some of these best practices with MetaMask. And at the end of the day, nobody can just get into your wallet unless they find out your password and know your wallet account, and also have you give them your seed phrase. So as Michael said at the beginning, just don't give your seed phrase.
Yeah. And make sure you write it down though, but don't take a photo or use a computer, use a piece of paper and then, put it somewhere safe. You could even take half, right, and put it in 2 different places just to be super safe, right?
That's right. And don't be like that guy who was an early investor in Bitcoin, but can't find
the rule with using MetaMask is double and triple check everything. Like you go, you check, is that right? Is that right? Like I've seen people use it. They're like, they're going so fast. I say, whoa, stop. You're going way too fast. Slow down. You're gonna make a mistake, like you need to slow down when using MetaMask. Like some people work really fast, right? They want to do everything fast. When you're using MetaMask, that's reverse. Slow it down. Slow down. This is a very good advice.
Yeah, for sure. I remember you telling me that early on. My crypto journey is just like, hey, slow down. Dot your I's, cross your T's when it comes to your trading. So anyways, that's all we had for you. Just for those of you who use MetaMask, just make sure you keep coming back to those best practices. But, if you're using those best practices, you don't have to be afraid. Yes.
I have one more, which is really important. When you're sending money, right? And you're going to write down the address you're sending it to, you want to make sure that when you paste the address, that it's the actual address, because there are scams out there that are like software they can install on your computer where they're siphoning their address when you think you're pasting yours. This is like happened to me actually when I first started using it. I thought I pasted my address and I learned somebody had said, make sure you always double check that. And I checked and it's not my address. Holy shit. And then ever since then, I triple check that the address is always going to match where I'm trying to send it to. If you paste an address and it's not the address, it's not your address. Make sure you do it again, right? So that you don't make that mistake. So anytime you copy and paste and you want to send like money, is very important, right? That you check the address, double, triple check it. So just want to add that in because that's happened to me, and I don't want nobody to lose money with that. Now, I've never lost money doing that, just for the like record. But if you're brand new, that's a very scary sending like money for the first time, right? But you get used to it.
That's great advice.
You get really used to it after a while. Advice. It's like second like nature.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, don't keep all of your stuff in one wallet. Like that's the other thing too. That's just financial sound practices in anything. It's just, don't keep all your stuff in one place, in one wallet. And that way, in the worst case that somebody is able to access it, they get a piece of the pie, but not the whole pie. So
let me give you one more thing too, that people may not know that we've experienced. When you're sending money, make sure you're sending it to the right network. Like when we worked with YouTubers with like Medical, we paid a lot of like YouTubers, and some of them didn't even know. Like, we're going to send you BUSD or we're going to send you USDT. Okay, just send it to this address. But you got to make sure you have the right networks got to match. So if you don't know about that, like if I'm sending USDT and I'm using the BSC network and you're using, let's say, Coinbase, it's not the same network. One is on Ethereum, one is on BSC. So you got to make sure that when you're sending money, whether it's the same coin, that is sent on the same network, because money has been lost. Actually, we've had a case where the guy did not understand this. He just sent me like money. We sent him like money and he lost it. I think it was $500. So make sure you always match the network, right? When sending from whatever like currency, because you know you have Ethereum network, Binance network, and other networks too, right? And people confuse Ethereum with Binance network, and they're two different networks.
Exactly.
So, and Ethereum network is too costly. I don't even use it anymore. I only use Binance. You know, it's the best one.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, listen, that's it for this video. Thanks for joining us. And again, if you've not subscribed yet, make sure you do. And if you like the content, hey, hit the like button. Other than that, we will continue to see you here every day on the Crypto Guys.
Bye for now.
See ya.